in the first regular session of the 20th Congress is hereby called to order. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
The honorable officers and members of the Committee on National Defense, Chairperson Representative Jose Joboy S. Aquino II, Vice Chairpersons Representative Benjamin C. Agarao Jr., Representative Arnie B. Fuentebella, Senator Christopher Lawrence Bong Tigo, Senator Panfilo M. Lacson, Representative Eddie Bong G. Plaza, Senator Rafi T. Tulfo, Senator Mark A. Villar. Members, Senator Joseph Victor J.V. G. Ejercito, Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senator Manuel Lito M. Lapid, Representative Roy M. Loyola, Senator Rodante D. Marcoleta, Senator Amy R. Marcos, Representative Lani Mercado Revilla, ex-officio members, Vice Chairperson Ramon N. Guico Jr., Majority Floor Leader Representative Jordin Jesus M. Romualdo, Assistant Majority Floor Leader Senator Lauren Ligarda, Representative Robert Raymond M. Estrella, Minority Floor Leader Senator Joel Villanueva, Assistant Minority Floor Leader Representative Antonio Tony Petti Albano, Assistant Minority Floor Leader Representative Alan Yuti.
With 11 members present in person, including the chair, the existence of a quorum is hereby declared. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Chair, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting held on 10 December 2025 and consider the same as approved.
Second the motion.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The reading of the minutes of the previous meeting held on December 10, 2025 is dispensed with, and the same is considered approved. Good morning, esteemed members of the committee and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Committee on National Defense is tasked to deliberate on the ad interim appointments of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Please stand up as your name is called. Noel Stephen M. Marzan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Paul N. Carbajal to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Benilus E. Ingracial to the rank of Colonel, Judge Advocate, General Service. Ray N. D. De Lima to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Ervin C. Lagod to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joji D. Bravo to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Alan G. Reyes to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Jess B. Pilar to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Reynante B. Mao to the rank Captain, Philippine Navy. Angelito E. Afable to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Jennifer S. Monforte to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Gary D.V. Hilario to the rank of Philippine Navy. Rosalind A. Ruiz to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Belinda R. Ferrer Alonto to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Juji Grant D. Generalao to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joel K. Vergara to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Benji P. Pendon to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Ronaldo U. Urbano to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Marie Angelica D.C. Sisikan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Roderick V. Gemeno to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Ruchi L. Ventura to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Jennifer T. Largado to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps. Joel D. Del Mendo to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Alan M. Mangaser to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Dara C. Rehis to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Randy M. De La Cruz to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Demetrio V. Obispo Jr. to rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Julibert P. Tabige to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Glenn J. Ventura to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Noel A. Galyaza to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Sergio R. Ronquillo III to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Brandon C. Belandres to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Roderick K. Talamayan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Sherry Pai Q. Mendoza to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps. Christian May P. Manlangit to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps. May we now hear the Commission Secretary's report on the jurisdictional requirements and other pertinent information relative to the ad interim appointments and nomination under consideration in compliance with the new rules of the Commission and the rules of the standing committees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, Your Honors. The ad interim appointments of the 35 senior officers under consideration today by the committee were received by the Commission on various dates and were subsequently referred by CA Chairperson Vicente C. Soto III to the Committee on National Defense pursuant to Section 16, Chapter 5 of the new rules of the Commission. The ad interim appointments under consideration were likewise published on various dates in two newspapers of general circulation, namely the Manila Times and the Manila Standard, and broadcast over PTV4 pursuant to Section 2, Article 2 of the Rules of the Standing Committees. All the appointees have complied with the submission of all mandatory documentary requirements as provided in Section 24, Chapter 6 of the new rules of the Commission. No sworn opposition was filed against any of the senior officers under consideration. Finally, your Secretariat received a letter on February 2, 2026 from the Deputy Chief of Staff for Personnel, J1, Major General Ramon P. Flores, addressed to the committee chairperson, requesting for the waiver of personal appearance of the two appointees, namely Captain Renante B. Mao, Philippine Navy, who is an attendee at the Navy Tech and Seabed Defense in Gothenburg, Sweden from February 1 to 7, 2026, and Colonel Ronaldo U. Urbano, Philippine Navy Marines, who is a participant in the Philippine Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps Forces Pacific Marine-to-Marine Staff Talks in Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, from February 1 to 7, 2026. That is all, Mr. Chairperson, Your Honors.
Thank you. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Chair, I move that the letter request for the waiver of personal appearance of Captain Renante B. Maao and Colonel Ronaldo U. Urbano for the aforementioned reasons be approved. I so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to waive the personal appearance of the two senior officers, Captain Renante B. Maao and Colonel Ronaldo U. Urbano. Is there any objection?
Second the
Motion.
motion. Mr. Chair.
The chair hears none. The motion is hereby approved. Mr. Secretary, please administer the oath of the appointees.
Sirs and madams, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding, so help you God? Mr. Chair, the appointees are now under oath.
Thank you. May we call now on Captain Jess B. Pilar, Philippine Navy, the most senior among the officers now under consideration. You may take your seat, Captain Pilar. Captain Pilar, you may give your opening statement if you have any.
To the honorable members of the Commission of Appointments and other attendees, a pleasant morning to everyone. I, Captain Jess B. Pilar, Philippine Navy, and 34 others with 2 non-appearance are here in front of you for our confirmation. With this, in behalf of the senior officers present, we would like to express our immense gratitude and humility to be considered to appear before this august body. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you, Captain Pilar. The floor is now open for any inquiries or comments from the members. The chair recognizes Senator Bongo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a usual manifestation of support to our senior officers present today. It is my honor to express my unwavering support for the well-deserved appointment of the 35 senior officers before us today. These appointments are a recognition not only of rank but a lifetime of sacrifice, professionalism, and steadfast dedication in the service of our country. Sa iba't ibang tungkulin at responsibilidad na kanilang ginagampanan, napatunayan ng mga opisyal nito ang kanilang kakayahang mamuno na may talino, tapang at malasakit, lalo na sa panahong sinusubok ang seguridad at katatagan ng ating bansa. Kaya po gusto ko pong bigyang pagkilala ang ating mga uniform personnel at bihira lang naman po ito na mabanggit natin isa-isa. Gusto ko lang pong pasalamatan lahat, no? Of course, Colonel Joji, of course, Captain Jess Pilar, the most senior, and Colonel Joji Bravo, Group Commander ng Headquarters Service Support Group. Dito po siya, sir. Colonel Joel Del Mendo, sir. Colonel Randy de la Cruz, sir. Colonel Sherry Mendoza, Nurse Corps, ma'am. Colonel Benilus Ingracial, she's a lawyer, judge advocate. Colonel Julibert Tabige, sir. Colonel Glenn Ventura, Navy Captain Noel Stephen Marzan, sir. Navy Captain Paul Carbajal, Colonel Ray De Lima, Colonel Erwin Lagudgod, Colonel Alan Reyes, Navy, of course, no, Captain Jess Pilar, Navy Captain Reynante Maaw, wala siya. Navy Captain Angelito Afable, Navy Captain Jennifer Monforte, Navy Captain Gary Hilario, sir. Navy Captain Roselyn Ruiz, Colonel Belinda Ferrer Alonto, Colonel Juji Generalao, Colonel Joel Vergara, Colonel Benji Pendon, Colonel Ronaldo Urbano, wala rin po. Navy Captain Marie Angelica Sisikan, Navy Captain Roderick Hemino, Navy Captain Ruchi Ventura, Colonel Jennifer Largado, Nurse Corps, ma'am. Colonel Alan Mangaser, Colonel Dara Rehis, Colonel Demetrio Obispo Jr., Colonel Noel Galyaza, sir. Colonel Sergio Ronquillo, Navy Captain Brandon Belandres, sir. Colonel Roderick Talamayan, sir. Colonel Christian Manlangit, Nurse Corps. Sana po'y wala akong nakalimutan. Alam ko po ang hirap na dinaranas ninyo sa ngalan ng serbisyo, panahon po ng giyera sa Marawi, sa Jolo, nandiyan kayo. And most of you na assign rin po doon. Panahon ng bagyo, pandemya, nandiyan po kayo. Yung kadalasan sa inyo ay na-meet ko before, no? Along with the former President Duterte, meron lumapit nga kanina. Kaya talaga, ng panahon ni Pangulong Duterte, pinaglalaban po namin yung madoble yung sahod ng entry position ng ating mga uniform personnel. at hindi po matatawaran ang inyong sakripisyo para sa bayan. At hindi po natin makakamit ang peace and order kung hindi po dahil sa inyo. I call on each and every one of you to always put the interests of our people first. At unahin po natin ang pag-protect sa ating sovereignty. As our first line of defense, your continued courage and commitment are vital to defending our country's honor, our people's rights, and our children's right. Isa lang po ang paalala ko sa inyo. Unahin niyo po ang interes ng bayan. Unahin niyo po ang interes ng bawat Pilipino. Maraming salamat po sa inyong serbisyo sa ating bayan. Gandang umaga po.
Thank you, Honorable Senator Bongo. Before we continue, the chair recognizes the Honorable Senator Amy Marcos. Senator Pamphilo Lacson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is just out of curiosity. I have a question to be addressed to Captain Pilar. Yeah, you graduated from the PMA in 2001, right?
Yes, sir.
And included among this batch are members of class 2004. My question is why? What happened to you?
Sir, I was not considered for promotion last year because of the quota, sir.
Only because of the quota?
Yes, sir.
Because you seem to be behind. And some of your classmates are star rank, are wearing star rank.
Not yet, sir.
Not
On the
yet?
armed forces, sir. Not yet, sir.
So all of you are either colonel, full colonel, or Navy captains?
Yes, sir.
So hindi ka pa rin late.
Yes, sir.
So mas mabilis lang yung mga 2004 na nandito.
Yes, sir. On the part of the Air Force, sir, the attrition rate
Yeah.
is faster.
It depends on the branch of service.
Yes, sir. And-
Okay. So I have another question. No? In terms of personal fill up and distribution, no, per branch of service, what is the ratio, no, ongoing ratio now, no, compared or in relation to the strength of the whole armed forces? And what is the direction?
Sir, right now, sir, like for example, sir, the Philippine Military Academy has already started the distribution of cadets from formerly 50% for the Army, 25 for the Air Force, and 25 for the Navy. Right now, sir, that's now distributed to almost 33% for all branches of service. Sir.
Yeah, it has been reversed, no?
Yes,
Because
sir.
I attended the PMA alumni annual general membership meeting, last January. And during the briefing of the PMA superintendent, Vice Admiral Valencia, yes. Parang binawasan nila yung quota sa Army starting 2026 or 2027. Why is that?
Sir, right now,
Because
sir,
traditionally or historically, Army talaga yung pinakamarami, di ba? Sa quota. So why is that?
Your Honor, sir, as the Armed Forces is now shifting its focus on the territorial defense, and mainly the Air Force and Navy is now increasing its manpower to cope up with the requirements, sir.
In other words, you're now veering away from the ISO, no? Internal security, papunta na kasi external.
Yes, Your Honor.
How about the equipage? Should
Also-
be catching up, di ba? Kasi if you are increasing the quota for the Navy and the Air Force, but without equipment, without planes, without ships, wala rin, di ba? So what is the direction?
Sir, right now, example for the Navy, the arrival of the offshore patrol vessel last month, and of course, the new upcoming ships, primarily on territorial defense, are now requires more personnel and officers. So the recruitment and manpower focus is now on the territorial defense, sir.
In case you know, what is the status of the revised AFP modernization program? Is it lagging behind or you're at par with the schedule?
Sir, I believe it's at par with the recent involvement of all the whole of government approach, sir, especially on the focusing on its budget. So the programs of all our armed forces are being met right now, sir.
There are delays in the procurement, di ba? So what are the causes of the delay in the procurement of equipment? Kasi yung budget, walang problema. We've been appropriating funds for the modernization. But it seems that, you cannot catch up with the appropriations given by Congress. So ano yung mga problema?
Sir, I believe it's more of the growing political geopolitical dynamics in other areas of the world, especially on the partnerships of our government to government. It's primarily on defense, sir.
So isn't the present Government Procurement Act a problem? Kasi may mga delay sa mga biddings, di ba?
Yes, sir. Previously there were, but I believe it's already been
Addressed.
addressed and rectified, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all.
Thank you, Honorable Lacson. Honorable Amy Marcos.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, Captain Pilar. I just wanted to inquire. There are several mentions in your data sheet regarding the BRP Ampangulo, the ACS 25. Is that the old presidential yacht? Yes, it's just a sentimental question. What's happened to it since? Since you apparently have been in charge for a long period from 2021 to 2022, even 2024, I believe you received the Distinguished Service Star specifically for the same boat.
Thank you, Your Honor. When I assumed the command of the BRP Pangulo, it was on the pandemic time and it was converted to a hospital ship as directed by the former president. And we reconfigure it to house patients. Especially, it was used during the Typhoon Odette, wherein it was very helpful and beneficial during the disaster response and providing medical and operational needs of our constituent. I mean, the people in Dinagat and Surigao del Norte and Siargao specifically, ma'am.
Kumusta na siya ngayon? Seaworthy pa rin ba sa kalumaan nun?
Yes, Your Honor. It's still docked at Pier 13.
I see.
Yes.
And it's still configured as a hospital ship, is that correct? Hindi na.
I think it's not anymore. It's not anymore, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I see.
Your Honor.
I see. Halos lumaki ako dun sa barkong yan kaya tinatanong ko, interesado lang ako kung ano na yung sitwasyon, napakaluma na, and I understand that you received awards for that. So, thank you very much, Juste Agnina, Ilocano Metgayem. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Amy Marcos. Honorable Marcoleta.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, inisa-isa ko pong nireview ang credentials po ng 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines at ang kanilang ad interim appointments na sila pong lahat ay nasa harapan natin. Sa akin pong palagay, silang lahat po ay dapat ma-confirm na ngayong araw na ito. Pero Mr. Chair, I'd like to take advantage of their presence dahil po sa alam na nating nangyayari sa ating bansa ngayon. Palagay ko po, Captain, hindi naman po lingid sa inyong kaalaman yung napakaraming batuhan ng pananalita ngayon mula sa ating panig at sa kampo ng Embahada ng China. Alam po ba ninyo ang mga ito? Ako po, bilang isang Pilipino, nababahala sa ganitong mga wala na yatang katapusang iringan at palitan ng sagutan sa bawat panig. Ako po ay naniniwala na ito po ay hindi nakakatulong sa dalawang bansa. Ganon din po ba ang pananaw ninyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ito po'y pinasimulan ng isang Commodore Tariela. Si Commodore Tariela po ay pumunta sa isang pamantasan natin at doon siya ay nagbahagi ng kanyang discussion at tinawag niya ang Pangulo ng China, si President Xi Jinping, na bully. At meron po siyang daladalang mga caricatures na nagsasalarawan po sa Pangulo ng China sa pangit na paglalarawan. Dahil po doon, malinaw po na nasaktan naman yung embahada ng China na nandito sa ating bansa. At sinagot po nila yon na sana'y huwag ganito. At mula doon sa pagsagot nilang ganon ay dumami na po yung sagutan at sumali na po yung ibang mga political leaders natin. Ito nga po ang naging dahilan kung bakit ngayon dito sa Senado, pinagtatalunan namin ang isang resolusyon na kung saan ay hinihingi ng Senado na ikondena natin ang lahat ng mga public statements na ginagawa ng Embahada ng China. Kapitan, kung ang isa pong bahay ay nasusunog, ito po ba isasabuyan natin ng gasolina o tubig?
Tubig, Your Honor.
Tubig. Alam po ninyo, Captain Pilar, sa sulat po ng ating Secretary of Foreign Affairs sa kagalang-galang na senador ng ating bansa, Senator Risa Ontiveros, to sa bahagi po ng kanyang sulat ay sinasabi po niya, as foreign policy and diplomatic relations are the remit of the department, statement it issues are deliberate, consistent, and anchored on existing foreign policy and instructions of the President. We would not generally take part in statements of other agencies and officials, particularly if this may have been made in personal or unofficial capacity. Balikan po natin yung pananalita ni Commodore Tariela na tinawag niyang bully ang Pangulo ng China. Meron po ba tayong national policy na ang mga heads of state ng ibang bansa ay kailangan pa nating pasaringan ng negatibo?
Your Honor, I believe wala po.
Wala po. Wala rin tayong national policy na gagawa tayo ng caricatures para pasamain natin ang itsura ng mga heads of state ng ibang bansa.
Wala din po, Your Honor.
Sa makatwid, personal po ni Commodore Tariela ang kanyang ginawa. Tama po.
Probable po, Your Honor.
Ang sabi po sa bahagi ng sulat, Captain Pilar, while the lively exchanges of views are permitted in our democratic society, the department, meaning DFA, reiterates that differences and disputes between states are best addressed through established diplomatic channels rather than in public. Ako po'y naniniwala dito. Kayo po'y naniniwala rin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The department believes that escalation, even in public messaging, should be undertaken only when it advances clear strategic objectives and the national interest. Ano pong strategic objective o national interest ang na-achieve natin sa ginawa ni Commodore Tariela na magpakita ng ganong mga statements at mga caricatures sa uncompromising at nakakahiyang paglalarawan sa kanilang head of state? What did we gain strategically in terms of national interest? Meron po ba?
Your Honor, I cannot answer on that.
Hindi, sa panukat mo lang.
Sir, being a member of the armed forces, we are voicing out the term RCs, our rights and our future, and we just stick to what is being dictated in our what is legally ours and what is stated in our law, sir.
What is legally ours must be defended. Must be protected, and we should fight it out to the last drop of our blood. Yung legally ours. At kasama po ninyo ako doon. Kami pong lahat sasama sa inyo doon. Si Commodore Tariela po is the head of the WPS Transparency Group Office. But, Captain, he was not as transparent as he should be in explaining to you and to our people that our exclusive economic zone and West Philippine Sea are two different animals. Ang sinasabi po nila, at tama-tama naman po ito, meron na po tayong archipelagic baselines which were defined under Republic Act 9522. Malinaw na malinaw po yun. Walang pagtatalo doon. At mula doon sa archipelagic baselines na yon, madidefine natin ang exclusive economic zone, ang ating contiguous zone, ang ating territorial sea. Lahat po nandun. Ngunit, yun pong arbitral award, ang inaward lang sa atin at nilinaw, yung ating exclusive economic zone. Hindi po ni-rule ng arbitral award yung West Philippine Sea. Dalawang bagay po yun. Pinagsasama po nila yon. Alam po ninyo kung ba't tayo nagkakagulo, nagkakaproblema. Meron po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon. Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Alam na po ninyo yon. Meron tayong 4 na features in the Kalayaan Island Group. Ito po yung Pagasa, yung Parola, yung Kota, at yung Lankiam. Captain, alam po ninyo yan. Incidentally, Mr. Chairman, itong 4 na features na occupied ng ating bansa, they are way, way beyond our EEZ. Wala po sila sakop ng EEZ. Alam po ba ninyo yon, Captain? Sagutin lamang po ninyo. Alam po ba ninyo na sila po'y wala dun sa limit ng ating exclusive economic zone? Be honest.
It is beyond within our EEZ, sir.
So hindi po ninyo alam na sila po'y wala doon sa EEZ? Ang akala po ninyo, they're within our EEZ?
Sir, we are already occupying those islands.
No.
And-
Chairman, tinatanong ko lamang po, alam po ba ninyo yung ating KIG na binubuo ng 4 na features ay wala po sa sakop ng ating exclusive economic zone? Wag po kayong mahihiya. Kung hindi po nyo alam, I will not take it against you. Alam po ba ninyo na wala siya at hindi sakop ng ating EEZ? Yung 4 na features ng Kalayaan Island Group?
Sir, those islands can also generate EEZs within.
Mr. Chair, ang gusto ko lang sana sagutin niya kung mamaya po pupunta tayo doon eh. Alam po ba ninyo o hindi nyo alam na yung 4 features ng KIG are not within the limits of our EEZ? Yun lang po ang tanong.
Sir, if we base the limits from the mainland Palawan, sir. It is
Kapitan,
way-
ito pong 4 na ito ay wala po sa ating EEC. Yun po yung malinaw. Baka, kasi po, kaya po nagkakaroon ng pagtatalo. Hanggang ngayon, baka akala po ninyo, nandun sila sa EEC. Wala po. They are outliers at nandun na po sila sa high seas. Mamaya po, sa pagtatanong ko, malalaman ninyo. Ngayon, ang sinasagot ninyo, itong KIG generates its own exclusive economic zone. Hindi po. Sino po nagsabi sa inyo that it basahin po ninyo yung arbitral award. Malinaw po ang sinabi na ito pong Spratlys and the KIG are RACs and they do not generate EEC. Dito po tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. Pinipilit po natin na pag-isahin, parang interchangeably we're using the EEZ and the West Philippine Sea as one. Hindi po eh. Tingnan po ninyo, Chairman, in Administrative Order number 29, this is 2012, sinabi po niya yung extent po ng ating West Philippine Sea. They invoke Presidential Decree 1596 at nandun nga po yung KIG. Kaya po nahihirapan ngayon ang NAMRIA, including the Department of Foreign Affairs. Nandun po sa AO 29, Section 3 and Section 4, they are being ordered to prepare the charts, the maps, to prepare an official map of the West Philippine Sea and deposit it in the office of the UN Secretary General and notify the appropriate international organizations, including the International Hydrographic Organization, in relation to it. Bakit hindi po nila magawa hanggang ngayon? After 17 years, Mr. Chair, are you surprised why the NAMRIA and the DFA are unable to do this? Kasi nga po yung KIG lies outside our EEC. At pag gumawa po sila ng mapa indicating the coordinates, appropriating the high seas, we will violate the UNCLOS itself. Yun po yung problema. Ngayon, si Commodore Tariela, I don't know kung alam niya ito o hindi. He does not want to inform the public, including the rest of the members of the armed forces. Kapitan, we swear to the Constitution that we will defend the Constitution, all the laws, and orders and regulations. Kapag ka magkakaroon po ng giyera sa pagitan ng dalawang bansa, kayo po ang una na sasagupa dito. Kaya dapat po mas interesado kayo kaysa sa amin. Ano ba talaga ipagpapatayan natin dito? We will offer our lives, including the lives of our children, and to die for it, for something that is not even within our EEZ. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG. Then, mako-coordinate na natin lahat. But until and unless nandun yung KIG, wala nga po nasa labas po ng ating exclusive economic zone. Paano po malalagay sa entire West Philippine Sea? Mr. Chair, kaya po yun ang dahilan, hindi po tayo makagawa ng mapa para sana ma-submit na natin. And in our lifetime, we will able to see doon sa entire stretch ng South China Sea, lalabas doon ang West Philippine Sea. Tingnan po ninyo yung mapa ng mundo ngayon, Kapitan. Ang nakalagay South China Sea. Hindi ibig sabihin sa China lahat yon. But in the entire expanse of that body of water, nandun yung EEZ ng Vietnam, EEZ ng China, EEZ ng Malaysia, EEZ ng ating bansa. Nandun sa South China Sea. Pero tayo, gusto natin, imbes na EEZ lang, theoretically ang nandun, gusto nating ilagay yung West Philippine Sea. That's good. Gusto ko rin naman yun. Gusto ko rin naman sa ating lifetime, makita ko rin naman yung West Philippine Sea na ma-drawing doon. How can we do that? There are procedures and steps to do that. gagawa nga tayo ng mapa eh. Paano ka gagawa ng mapa? I-include mo yung KIG. Hindi po pwedeng mangyari yun. Lalaban lahat sa iyo mga bansa. Because you are appropriating the high seas. Itong napakadaling intindihin, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit ayaw intindihin nung lahat ng may concern dito. Lalong-lalo na po kayo. Dapat nalaman nating lahat ito. It is the responsibility of Commodore Tariela to explain this to our people. Meron pong diferensya eh. Hindi po kukunti ang diferensya, Kapitan. Why? The distances are fixed. We cannot move in all these features into the EEC. Sana mailipat sana natin. Ang Diyos lang makakagawa nun. Paano mo ililipat yung mga features na yung para ilagay dito sa lahat ng EEC natin? We cannot do that. Pagkatapos pag mayroong nagsasabi ng ganito, Kapitan, si Marcoleta pro-China. Hindi po. I have been always for this country. And I will always be. Pero hindi natin po pwede pagtalunan lang natin salitaan. Megaphone diplomacy. Kaya tanong ko po sa inyo kanina, what economic benefits can we gain from this? What strategic motive can we gain from this? Kahapon po, Kapitan, I presented 2 maps before the Senate plenary. In that map, pinakita ko, ang mga bansang Vietnam, Malaysia, China, kahit nag-aaway-away sila, ipinakita ko doon, they were able to manage their differences and were able to develop and explore oil and gas in their areas. Alam po niyo, Vietnam, there were about 60 to 70 exploration in their areas, kasama ang China. Malaysia, about 30 to 40. Ang Pilipinas, 8 to 12 explorations. Because we were unable to manage our differences. But these 2 countries are smart enough to manage their own differences. Tingnan po ninyo yung mapa na pinakita ko. Isang mapang 2013, isang mapa 2024. Malayo na po tayo. Iniwan na po tayo ng milya-milya. Kumain na po tayo ng alikabok. Kasi ang ginagawa natin, patotyahan dito, patotyadan doon. Saan pupunta ito, Kapitan, sa palagay mo? Alam po nyo, ang sabi ng China, pwede naman nating pag-usapan ito. Did you know that I met the ambassador of China because I was invited? Alam po ba kung ano yung una niyang sinabi? Gustong-gusto kong makipag-usap sa lahat ng concerned agencies of your government. If you are be kind enough to tell them that I am open anytime. More specifically, the Secretary of the Department of Defense. Yun po yung una niyang sinabi sa akin. Because I believe, sabi niya, foreign relations is not a zero-sum game. Totoo naman yun eh. Walang dapat makakuha ng gain na nawalan yung isa. Pare-pareho tayong makinabang dapat. And sabi niya, an open discussion, a bilateral discussion is the first start. Bakit hindi po natin gawin yun? Yun lang naman ang pinakikiusap nila. Sabi ko, okay, you want to speak to the Secretary of National Defense? Yes, Your Honor. I'm really very willing. Medyo biniro ko pa nga siya, Chairman. Okay, maybe, why don't you text me? And I will show him your text message. Akalain mo, papalabas pa lang ako sa kanilang embahada. Tinext niya na ako. Salamat, sabi niya, Senator Marcoleta, for visiting us. And at sa pag-offer mo na ikaw nang magsabi sa aking gustong mangyari na gusto kong makausap lahat ang concerned agencies of your country. More specifically, Secretary Gibo. Sinulat niya, more specifically, Secretary Gibo of the Department of National Defense. Sana man lang even over coffee. So alam po niyo yung Hindi ko po alam kung yung number po ni Secretary Giboy yung pa rin. Para mas makasigurado ako, kinausap ko po dahil meron kaming meeting ng ating Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Pinakita ko po sa kanya yung text message. At sabi ko sa kanya, pwede bang ibigay ko sa iyo para ikaw nang mag-transmit o mag-pass kay Secretary Gibo? Okay naman po sa kanya, Mr. Chair. So binigay ko, pinas ko sa kanya yung ano, at siya na daw po ang magbibigay kay Secretary Gibo. Sa ganito pong initiative, Kapitan, ako po ba'y pro-China, Kapitan? Pro-China po ba ako, Kapitan?
No, sir.
Salamat po sa inyong sagot. Hindi po ako pro-China kahit kailan. Ako po ay pro-Pilipinas at sa interes ng Pilipinas. Kung ang China po ay papayag na makipag-usap sa atin, lalong mabuti. Sinabi ko po sa kanya, Kapitan, bakit hindi natin pasimulan ang pag-uusap natin, Mr. Ambassador, sa mga bagay na pwede nating pagkasunduan? Halimbawa, yung mga isda. Wala namang may-ari ng mga isda eh. Bakit sa kabila ng inyong sigalot sa Vietnam, nagbarilan kayo, nagpatayan kayo, but in the end, you were still able to arrange an agreement between your country and the Gulf of Tonkin in the year 2000. Meron kayong kontrata ngayon. So wala na kayong sigalot sa pangisdaan. Kahit may hostility kayo sa bansang India, nagawa nyo ring ayusin ang inyong hindi pagkakasundo, nagkaroon din kayo ng kontrata sa pangisdaan. Ganon din naman kako nangyari sa Japan. Nahigpit ang labanan ninyo dyan. Nag-iiringan kayo, mainit. Pero nagawa nyo ring ayusin sa ngalan ng mga isda. Why can't we do that here in the Philippines? Magandang tanong yan, sabi niya. Ang totoo niyan, initially, napasimulan na natin nung panahon ni Pangulong Duterte. Ang kaso lang, ngayon, ito nga, patutsadahan ng patutsadahan. Paano nga tayo mag-uusap? Halimbawa, Kapitan, ikaw nagpipinta ka ng isang bagay, isang obra maestra. Nagsisimula ka pa lang magpinta, binabato ka na ng putik ng kung sino-sino. Maumpisahan mo ba yung ginuguhit mong obra maestra, Kapitan?
No, Your Honor.
Kaya nga po kailangan po nating magkaisa. Ayusin po natin ang problema, hindi sa patutsadahan. May makikinabang dito politically. Yung nangangahas na akala mo hindi pwedeng gawin ng China yan. We are for the fishermen of this country. Akala mo napakagagaling. Hindi naman nila alam kung paano nila gagawin. Ano, pupunta ka doon sa Baho de Masinloc para makipagbarilan ka sa China? Ganun ba yun? Hindi po ganun Let us begin to engage them. I told him, sabi ko, Ambassador, iyon pong traditional fishing rights, hindi mabigat na usapin. In public international law, this is only a private right. It does not concern territory. Let's not talk about territory muna ngayon. Isda muna. Para sa ganon, may mapag-umpisahan tayong isang mabuting bagay. Preparado sila That's a good start, sabi niya sa amin. Kaso lang, walang gustong makipag-usap Kaya ko po sinasabi ito Ulitin ko po, Kapitan. I was never pro-China. I am pro-Philippines. Kung anong makakabuti sa ating bansa. Palaging ganun ang aking posisyon. Sana po, naintindihan niyo ako, Kapitan. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Chairman.
Honorable Marcoleta. Honorable Lacson.
Yes, Captain Pilar, where did you finish your Command and General Staff course?
I finished the at sa ETDC, sir.
So, Fort Bonifacio?
At Camp Aguinaldo, sir.
Camp Aguinaldo na ba ngayon? Because I took mine also in my CGSC sa Fort Bonifacio at that time. I took mine in 1983. I wonder if the curriculum still includes Thomas Cloma? Are you familiar with
Yes,
Thomas
sir.
Cloma?
Yes, sir.
And the also res nullius, alam mo rin, di ba?
Sir.
Ito yung Latin word, literally, which literally means belonging to no one, di ba? Tapos, pero sa batas, kung sino una naka-discover at nag-occupy, yun ang inasyon na may mag-ari, di ba? So, yung Spratlys Island, di ba si Thomas Cloma yung naka-discover nito? Tapos inoccupy niya. And this was formalized by the former president, the late President Marcos Sr., by way of a presidential decree. Natatanda mo ba yung presidential decree? PD, I'll remind you.
I will just find out, sir.
Ito. Don't find out anymore. I think PD 1978, 1596, no? Na kasi tinurn over na ni Thomas Cloma yung ownership sa Philippine government, no? Although ang nag-govern pa rin yung international law, di ba? This was made formal by the arbitral ruling, di ba? So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group. And Pag-asa Island is a barangay of the Kalayaan Island Group Municipality of Palawan, the province of Palawan. This is the only inhabited barangay in the Kalayaan Island Group, and it is ours. Yeah, just to end my interpellation, I'd like to congratulate you for responding very well to the questions of the Honorable Marcoleta. I think you deserve to be confirmed today and even deserve to be promoted to one-star rank later. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Lacson. The chair would like to recognize the Honorable Senator J.V. Hersoto. Are there any more? Yes, Honorable Lani Revilla, followed by Honorable Albano.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa lahat po ng ating mga kasamahan at sa ating pong mga confirmants this morning. Just a short manifestation, Mr. Chair. Ang aking taus-pusong pagbati sa 35 na mga senior officials po natin sa unahan mula sa Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong dedicated service para po sa ating bansa. In particular, I would like to recognize and congratulate those with ties from the province of Cavite. Sila po ay sina Captain Angelito Afable, who was born in Indang, Cavite. Captain Brandon Belandres, who has been residing in Cavite due to his assignment at the Naval Station Alano, Sangli Point. Captain Roderick Hemino, a resident of General Trias. Captain Noel Stephen Marsan, a resident of Kawit, Cavite. And my kababayans from Bacoor City, from Barangay PF Espiritu 1, Captain Jennifer Monforte, and Captain Rodelick Talamayan from Barangay Habay 1. At ganun din po may provincial address sa Barangay Queensroy East Bacoor, si Captain Roselyn Ruiz. Maraming salamat po sa inyong dedikasyon sa pangangalaga ng kapayapaan sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Thank you
Chairman,
very much, Mr.
I
Chair.
would just like to thank, may be recognized.
Yes,
I would
Honorable.
just like to thank my kababayan, Congresswoman Mercado, for introducing to us with Congressman Loyola, our kababayans, no, in this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Revilla. Honorable Albano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Likewise, this representation comes from Isabela. And before that, I would like to congratulate all of you. I don't think there is no objection to your ad interim appointment. And may I reiterate the pleasure of honoring all of you, because we can sleep at night knowing that all you able officers offer your lives to not only the Philippine nation, but to us citizens. And for that, our heartfelt gratitude and prayers go out to all of you. And rest assured that the support of Congress and the Senate and the government will always be there. But Mr. Chairman, especially mentioned two people that come from the province of Isabela, who also resides now in Cavite. It's Senator Lacson. I hope they will retire back to my province. Namely, may I have the special mention of Roderick Kiat Talamayan, who actually is from Echage, Isabela, but originally, Ma'am Aimee, she is actually a relative of mine and a relative of Archbishop Dado Talamayan. So pagdadasal ka namin at hopefully long life ka kagaya niya at 120 years old na yata si Archbishop. Boy. No, but he's already old. But thank you for being there for us. Also, we have here Jennifer Salacop Monfort of coming from Burgos, Isabela, the 4th District, who is now the commanding officer of BRP Antonio Luna. Understand, and this is a very difficult task because you are tasked to patrol the West Philippine Sea. And so our prayers and love and support will always be with you. And hopefully we can, some of us, as Congressman Estrella has mentioned, would like to, lalaki po. Please stand up, Jennifer. Jennifer. Bakit nga daw about Jennifer ang pangalan mo? Alanay mo ba ang ano? Siguro. Ma'am, baka gusto ng tatay, babae, ang lalaki lumabas, kaya nalagay na Jennifer. But maimbita mo kami dun sa BRP Luna at makita naman namin yung ano. Thank you kung kailan kayo. But Mr. Chairman, the minority, as the only minority, assistant minority here in the group right now, we really interpose no objection to the ad interim appointment of all these 35 highly good people and ranking officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Albano. Honorable Loyola.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In the performance of our constitutional mandate as member of the Commission on Appointment, it is incumbent upon us to carefully scrutinize the qualification and fitness of the appointees and the nominees. Upon review of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, whose appointment is under consideration, it is evident that all of them possess the qualification, experience, and competence for their promotion. Moreover, there being no written opposition or objection to their appointment, there appears to be no impediment for their confirmation. Accordingly, I respectfully manifest my full support for the ad interim appointment of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Mr. Chairman, as member of the Free and Accepted Masons of the Most Worshipful Grand Lodge of the Philippines, it is my tradition to give special recognition to my brother Mason, whose appointment is also under consideration. Namely, please stand up as your name is called to be recognized. Colonel Glenn J. Ventura of Katarungan Lodge, who is the incumbent worshipful master. Colonel Benji P. Pendon of Kutambato Lodge, and Colonel Juji Grant General Lau of Manila Lodge. Thank you, brethren, for giving honor to our fraternity, and may you continue to lead as an example to our brothers in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. I would like also to reiterate the special recognition to my kababayan from Cavite, as mentioned by our dear Congresswoman Lani Mercado. Sana manatili kayong Caviteño, bagamat kayo galing sa iba't ibang lugar, sapagkat ang Cavite ay lupain ng mga mapagkalinga, mapagmahal at matatapang. Siguradong hindi kayo malulungkot sa pananatiling sa lalawigan ng Cavite. That will be all, Mr. Chair, and thank you.
Salamat, Representative Loyola, at kasama mo ako sa iyong paniniwala na ang mga taga Cavite ay mababait na tao. Honorable Amy Marcos.
Ay, pasiklaban na rin lang. Ah, nabanggit na si Kapitan Balolong Pilar. Nais kong banggitin din at i-endorso ng puspusan si Colonel Belinda Ferrer Alonto of Pangasinan. Mga Ilocano lahat ito. Colonel Georgie Bravo of the Air Force from Ilocos Sur. Colonel Del Mendo of San Fernando, La Union. Kapitan Noel Marsan of Santa Tomas and Baguio. And also Colonel Mangacer of San Juan, La Union. We already mentioned Jess Pilar and Colonel Reyes, also of the Air Force from Dagupan. Colonel Sergio Ronquillo of our very own Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, and Colonel Urbano of Binmale, Kapitan Paul Carbajal of Luna, La Union, and as mentioned from Isabela, Kapitan Monfort ng Burgos, Kapitan Talamaya ng Etiague, and last but not least mula sa Mountain Province sa Bisao, Kapitan Bayaw Maaw. So yan na ine-endorso namin ng puspusan at talagang malaking pasasalamat natin sa ating mga kasundaluhan. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Senator Amy Marcos. Honorable Guico.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. This representation rises to second the confirmation of the ad interim appointments of the 35 flag and senior officers of the Department of National Defense. The nominees have demonstrated competence, integrity, and dedication to service and are found qualified to assume their respective responsibilities. This representation likewise wishes to express its pride for the following officers from Pangasinan. Pasiklaban na rin eh. Colonel Alan Gonzales Reyes from Dagupan City. Colonel Ronaldo Albano from Binmale. Captain Roderick Berceles Jimeno from Bayambang. Accordingly, this representation respectfully seconds the ad interim appointments of the 35 flag and senior officers of the Department of National Defense. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Guico.
Chair,
Yes, Honorable Albano.
as the only minority who is present here while the two are absent, they should give me something for being the minority. Let me first correct. I don't think there is a flag officer na Albano there. There is an afable. Afable, no? From Pangasinan. But the minority interposes no objection, as reiterated a while ago by my speech, and we would like to confirm their ad interim appointments, Mr. Chair.
Yes, after my manifestation, Honorable Albano, the chair would like to manifest my support to Colonel Glenn J. Ventura. I would like to congratulate Colonel Glenn Ventura. Having known him for quite some time, it is a privilege to acknowledge his well-deserved ad interim promotion. His 26-year career is defined by exceptional leadership, including his command of the 1st Air Reserve Center and his contributions to the presidential security operations. Thank you, Colonel Glenn. Lastly, the chair would like to ask kung may taga Mindanao ba rito? Mukhang lahat, Luzon, at merong isa. Please stand up. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, please stand up. Oh, congratulations, mga kababayan ko sa Mindanao. no? Ang inyong pong chairman. Oy, ang dami. No? Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan ang inyong chairman, si Joboy Aquino. Chairman sa Committee on Appropriations sa National Defense. Tayo po ay magkasama ngayon sa inyong pag-approve sa inyong mga promotion. Sige po. No? If there are no more questions, we can now dispose of well, comment, Honorable San
just-
Juan. Sorry. Tatanong sana kung may mga tiga San Juan. Senator JV.
Yes,
Seco.
Mr. Chair, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Just like to congratulate all the senior officers for your confirmation for today. I just hope that you'll carry on and with the performance of your duties. We owe you a lot. You can be rest assured that you will have our support as we do here always in the Senate, and then dito sa Senator Lacson at lahat, we have been very supportive of the armed forces, no? With the benefits, through the AFP modernization, we have always given what we can give, no? Kung ano pwede ibigay na benepisyo ay binibigay po natin sa ating mga men and women of the armed forces of the Philippines. And also year in, year out, sabi nga ni Senator Amy Marcos, yung pong pag nag-usapan na rin po ang appropriations, yung budget, yung pong AFP modernization nyo, kapag nababawasan po sa kabila, kami po ang nagdadagdag. Binabalik namin at dinadagdagan. Hindi, biro lang po. But alam ni Senator, but he always restore and even augment. No? Diyan sila, Senator Lacson has been very supportive of the armed forces and modernization. Kami po dito sa Senado. You can be rest assured of our support, especially with the very precarious situation, Mr. Chair, with the West Philippine Sea. We can be rest assured of our support. Mas lalo nating, for the record, Mr. Chair, this is the first time that the AFP modernization would receive a huge amount. No? Dati po 10 billion lang, 5 billion, 10 billion for AFP modernization. But this year, dahil po nagkaroon tayo ng extra na pera dahil sa flood control na natapya sa DPWH, we took advantage of that na at least bigay sa AFP ang big chunk of it. No? At least I think we will be having about 30-40 billion in the program funds for the AFP modernization and another 30 billion in the program. So medyo malaki-laki, I think the biggest ever for the AFP modernization. So we commend our men and women in uniform for standing up, for fighting for our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. But we need to equip them also. Hindi naman pwedeng lang, panay-sigaw lang sila tapang. We need to establish and give them the proper equipment para naman yung hindi naman natin kaya tapatan ng China eh. Yung minimum credible defense posture, yung pong respetado man lang. We have to give them the proper equipment. I'd like to thank our colleagues also from the House, our counterparts for the support for the AFP modernization budget this year, the biggest ever in our history. So yun lang po. Maraming salamat and continue with and carry on to our newly promoted senior officers. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more inquiries from the members? So we can now excuse Captain Just Pilar,
Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, I move that the committee recommend to the plenary for the commission to confirm the ad interim appointments of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Is there any objection? The chair sees none. The motion is hereby approved. Congratulations,
Congratulations.
all our officers. Other matters? Excuse me. Other matters? Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Chair, there being no other matters to discuss, I move to adjourn the meeting.
On motion of the Majority Floor Leader duly seconded, there being no objection, the meeting is hereby adjourned.
pera, tuwid mo ng pag-ibig, sa manlulupit, di ka pasisiin, sa dagat at bundok, sa kiwi at sa langit. Ikaw, magkawis ng pagkakas, kundi sa ang bituin, tayo na kailan pamayin ang dilim, lupa ng araw, at ipagsipo, dumiling sa piling mo. Aming ligaya,
The Secretary will please call the roll.
The honorable members of the Commission on Appointments, Benjamin C. Agarao Jr., Antonio Tony Petty Albano, Jose Joboy S. Aquino II, Joseph Victor J.V.G. Ejercito, Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada, Robert Raymond M. Estrella, Arnie B. Fentebella, Christopher Lawrence Bong Tigo, Ramon N. Guico Jr., Risa Ontiveros, Panfilo M. Lacson, Manuel Lito M. Lapid, Lauren Ligarda, Roy M. Loyola, Rodante D. Marcoleta, Jaime R. Marcos, Lani Mercado Revilla, Edibong G. Plaza, Jardine Jesus M. Romualdo, Rafi T. Tulfo, Alan U.T., Joel Villanueva, Mark A. Villar. The chairperson is present.
With 13 members present, the existence of a quorum is hereby declared. Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, I move to dispense with the reading of the journal of the plenary session held on 10 December 2025 and consider the same as approved.
There is a motion duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the reading of the journal of the plenary session held 10 December 2025 is hereby dispensed with, and the same is considered as approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, may we now proceed to consider the recommendation of the Committee on National Defense on the ad interim appointments of 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration of the recommendation of the Committee on National Defense is in order. You may proceed, Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, before we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on National Defense, I move that the letter received by the Commission on Appointments Secretariat on 02 February 2026 from the Office of the Deputy Chief of Staff for Personnel J1 Major General Ramon P. Flores requesting the waiver of personal appearances of Captain Renante B. Maao and Colonel Ronaldo U. Urbano be approved. Captain Maao is currently attending the Navy Technology and Seabed Defense in Gothenburg, Sweden, while Colonel Urbano is participating in the PMC United States Marine Corps Forces Pacific Marine to Marine Staff talks in Honolulu, Hawaii, United States from 1 to 7 February 2026.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, I move that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on National Defense, Representative Jose Joboy S. Aquino II.
Representative Jose Joboy Aquino is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, esteemed colleagues of this commission and fellow servants of the people, I rise today to present for this body's consideration a new vanguard of leadership. 35 dedicated officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines who stand as the bedrock of our land defense. This group is composed of 22 colonels, 13 captains, each of whom has undergone the rigorous vetting of our committee to ensure they are fit for the weight of their new ranks. In our deliberations, we looked beyond the decorations of their uniforms to ensure these leaders possess the depth of character required for high command. We sought to confirm their tactical mastery and ability to navigate the evolving complexities of the modern warfare, while also verifying an ethical fortitude rooted in a demonstrated modern warfare, while also verifying an ethical fortitude rooted in a demonstrated commitment to the human rights and constitutional liberties they are sworn to protect. Mr. Chair, these officers have proven through years of grit and academic excellence that they are ready for the next level of responsibility. They represent the best of our military tradition, quiet professionals who seek no glory other than the safety of the Filipino people. Therefore, with full confidence in their capabilities and their unyielding patriotism, I move that this commission give its consent to the ad interim appointments of these 35 officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chair, please allow me to read the name of the ad interim appointments of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, namely, number 1, Jess B. Pilar to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Reynaldo B. Mao to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Noel Stephen M. Marzan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Sergio R. Ronquillo III to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Paul N. Carvajal to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Noel A. Galyaza to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Angelito E. Afable to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Ronaldo U. Urbano to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Marie Angelica D.C. Siksikan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Roderick V. Jimeno to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Jennifer Monforte to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Venji P. Pendon to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Ruchi L. Ventura to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Gary D. V. Hilario to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Roderick K. Talamayan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Rosalyn A. Ruiz to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Brandon C. Belandres to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy. Belinda R. Ferrer Alonto to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines. Sherry Pai Q. Mendoza to the rank of Colonel, North Corps. Christian May P. Manlange to the rank of Colonel, North Corps. Jennifer T. Largado to the rank of Colonel, North Corps. Beniluz E. Ingracial to the rank of Colonel, Judge Advocate General Service. Ervin C. Lagudgod to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Glenn J. Ventura to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Georgie D. Bravo to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Judy Grant D. Generalao to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Alan G. Reyes to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Julie Bert P. Tabage to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joel K. Vergara to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Demetrio V. Obispo Jr. to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Randy M. De La Cruz to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joel D. Del Mendo to rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Alan M. Mangaser to rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Ray M. De Lima to rank of Colonel, Philippine Army, and Dara C. Reyes to rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any objection?
Mr. President,
Yes, the minority leader is recognized.
thank you, Mr. President. This is not an objection, and we'd just like to put in the records of this August chamber that on the part of the minority, we post no objection to the ad interim appointments of 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. They embody the values of honor, service, and dedication to our nation and the Filipino people deserve. And we trust that they will continue to serve our country with integrity and distinction. Congratulations po sa ating mga magigiting miyembro ng Sandatahang Lakas. Saludo po kami sa inyo at mabuhay po kayo. God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, minority leader. Majority leader?
Mr. Chair, may we respectfully move that all seconding speeches for today's plenary session be inserted into the records. The following honorable members: Representative Tony Pet T. Albano, Representative Roy M. Loyola, Vice Chair Ramon N. Guico Jr., Representative Lani Mercado Revilla, Senator Mark Villar, Senator Rafi T. Tulfo, Representative Roy M. Loyola, and this representation, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair would like to manifest in addition to the members who have already expressed their intention, wishes to submit my seconding speech in writing to be incorporated in the journal of today's session, Mr. Chair.
All right, any objection? Hearing none, the seconding speeches of all the enumerated members of the Commission on Appointments are hereby inserted into the records of the Commission. Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, may we reiterate the earlier motion of the committee chairperson, Representative Jose Joboy S. Aquino II, that the Commission confirm the ad interim appointments of 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Well, there is a motion for the Commission to confirm the ad interim appointments of the 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, namely Jess B. Pilar to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Reynante B. Mao to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Noel Stephen M. Marzan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Sergio R. Ronquillo III to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines, Paul N. Carvajal to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Noel A. Galyasa to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines, Angelito E. Afable to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Ronaldo U. Urbano to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines, Marie Angelica D. C. Sisican to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Roderick V. Hemino to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Jennifer S. Monforte to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Renji B. Pendon to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines, Ruchi L. Ventura to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Gary D.V. Hilario to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Roderick K. Talamayan to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Rosalyn A. Ruiz to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Brandon C. Belandres to the rank of Captain, Philippine Navy, Belinda R. Ferrer Alonto to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Navy Marines, Sherry Pai Q. Mendoza to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps, Christian May P. Manlangit to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps, Jennifer T. Largado to the rank of Colonel, Nurse Corps, Beniluz E. Engracial to the rank of Colonel, Judge Advocate General Service, Ervin C. Lagudlod to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force, Glenn J. Ventura to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force, Joji D. Bravo to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force,
Juji Grant D. Generalao to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Alan G. Reyes to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Julie Bert B. P. Tabigue to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joel K. Vergara to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Demetrio V. Obispo Jr. to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Randy M. De La Cruz to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Air Force. Joel N. Del Mendo to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Alan M. Mangacer to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Ray N. De Lima to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Dara C. Regis to the rank of Colonel, Philippine Army. Is there any objection? There being none, the Commission hereby confirms the ad interim appointments of the aforementioned 35 senior officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, may we now proceed to consider the election of the Secretary of the Commission on Appointments.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration is in order. You may proceed.
Mr. Chair, I move that the body elect Attorney Myra Marie D. Villarica as Secretary of the Commission on Appointments.
Any objection? Chair hears none. Attorney Myra Marie D. Villarica is hereby elected as Secretary of the Commission on Appointments.
Mr. President,
Yes,
may I
the
be
Minority
recognized?
Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, before we adjourn the session, may I just make a very short manifestation in honor of our dear Secretary of CA, Joey Flaminiano, Mr.
Yes,
President.
we can do that
Thank
after the procedures.
The procedure, should I do it now, later, Mr. President? I will submit to the wisdom of our chairperson.
Perhaps after the oath taking, that
After the
will
oath
be
taking.
given
Thank you,
the
Mr.
time
President.
for,
Thank you very much, Mr.
okay.
President.
So, with that, Majority Leader, we may ask Secretary Villarica to take her oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair, may we request that Attorney Myra Marie D. Villarica approach the rostrum to take her oath as the new Secretary of the Commission.
All right. Session suspended.
Secretary Joey C. Flaminiano.
So the Minority Leader is recognized for
Thank
that
you, Mr.
motion.
President. Thank you, Majority Leader. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, the Bible says, give honor to whom honor is due. Hence, this representation would like to take this opportunity, not just a member of this commission, but also as a colleague, a basketball teammate, and a friend, to thank Secretary Joey Flaminiano for his long, dedicated, and faithful service to the Commission on Appointments. Mr. President, he's been with the Commission on Appointments for 34 years. 34 years, Mr. President. Sa mahaba pong panahon ng kanyang paglilingkod sa CA, naging saksi po tayong lahat sa kanyang husay, integridad, at tahimik ngunit matatag na pamumuno. Mula po sa kanyang mga unang taon sa komisyon hanggang sa kanyang mahalagang papel bilang Deputy Secretary for Administration at kalaunay bilang Secretary ng CA. Malinaw po na ang bawat tungkulin na kanyang ginampanan ay ginawa po niya ng buong puso at may malasakit sa institusyon. Personally, I'd like to thank you, Sec Joey, not just for your professionalism, but for your genuine friendship you built with us, senators and members of the CA. Sa labas po ng sesyon, maging sa loob po ng basketball court, doon mas lalo pong tumibay ang aming samahan. And as part of the Senate basketball team, we shared victories, even losses, lessons, and joy, most especially when we won our first UNTV Cup championship in 2018. And when we secured a back-to-back championship in the UNTV Cup in 2023, 2024, and yung championship din natin dun sa Makabansa League. Sec Joey truly embodies, Mr. President, the values of teamwork, discipline, and fighting spirit. At mga katangian pong ito ang kanyang daladala sa kanyang walang sawang paglilingkod sa CA at higit sa lahat sa sambayan ng Pilipino. So muli, maraming salamat, Sec Joey, at naway patuloy kang pagpalain ng ating Panginoong Diyos. Thank you, Mr. President. God bless us all.
The motion is pending. Motion is pending to adopt the resolution, which is now sponsored by the minority leader. So, any objection? Hearing none, the resolution is hereby approved. Majority leader.
Mr. Chair, may I move that the full text of the resolution be inserted in the journal of today's proceedings.
All right, hearing no objection, the motion is approved. Thank you. May proceed, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May we now proceed to consider the election of the Sergeant at Arms of the Commission on Appointments.
All right, any objection? Hearing none, the election of the Sergeant at Arms of the Commission is in order.
Mr.
Majority
Chair,
Leader.
I move that the body elect retired Police Major General Maria O. Ranada Aplaska as Sergeant at Arms of the Commission on Appointments.
Any objection? Hearing none, retired Police Major General Ma O. Ramada Aplaska is hereby elected as Sergeant at Arms of the Commission on Appointments.
Mr. Chair, may I request that the retired Police Major General Maria O. or Ma O. Ranada Aplaska approach the rostrum to take his oath as Sergeant at Arms of the Commission.
All right, thank you. Hearing no objection, yes, the session is suspended.
I move that the body adopt the resolution commending the services of former Sergeant at Arms, retired Police Brigadier General Nicasio Javier Radovan Jr.
Any objection? Hearing none, consideration is in order. There is a resolution commending the services of former Sergeant at Arms, General Radovan. So, I would like to entertain a motion to adopt, Majority Leader. Shall we include the full text?
Yes, Mr. Chair, may we move that said sorry, Mr. Chair. I move that the body adopt the resolution commending the services of former Sergeant at Arms, retired Police Brigadier General Nicasio Javier Radovan Jr., Mr. Chair.
All right, and that full text of the resolution be inserted. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. We have other matters, Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, there being no other matters to discuss, I move to adjourn.
I thought Senator Marcoleta wanted the floor. He is not present.
Is not present, Mr. Chair.
All right, so your motion is to move to adjourn. Any objection?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Hearing none, the session of the Commission on Appointments hereby adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.